When the Avengers dropped, it was regarded as one of the most anticipated storylines of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everyone thought this was the best showcasing of superhero films. Little did they know that the DC Extended Universe was just around the corner. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you all know, The Flash just dropped and all the hype surrounding it really makes you excited to watch the film. But here comes a problem. What to do if you are unfamiliar with storylines preceding the film? Well, don't worry folks, because we have got you covered. In this video, we'll be giving you all there is to know regarding the DC Universe, arming you with the necessary knowledge so that you enjoy The Flash. Without further ado, let's begin. So, first things first, if you want a proper recap of the latest 2023 super hit movie, The Flash, we will need to go all the way back to 2013 to Superman's origin story, Man of Steel. The movie was quite a big hit, so I'm sure most of you already know about it. Superman, whose real name is Clark Kent, is sent to Earth from the dying planet of Krypton. He develops with his human parents and eventually becomes the world's savior after discovering his superpowers. However, things take an interesting turn. It appears that the invasion of Earth seen in Man of Steel will be revisited in The Flash, but this time, Superman may not be around to save the day. But there's a new superhero in town, and her name is Supergirl. Confused? Well, let me explain. In Man of Steel, we learned that Kara Zor-El, also known as Supergirl, also exists. If you remember from Man of Steel, Kara was on the Kryptonian ship that arrived on Earth before Superman, and the pod with the broken door was hers, as revealed by director Zack Snyder. I guess in The Flash, they will introduce this part of the storyline, incorporating Supergirl into the new storyline. Next up is probably the most influential out of all the DC movies preceding The Flash. Yes, folks, you guessed right. I'm talking about Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, which was billed as a clash between the two most well-known superheroes in the DC universe. While it's true it was expected to be the Avengers equivalent of the DC universe, the films as a whole was met with negative reviews, but why are we mentioning it here then? Well, it's important because it introduced us to Ezra Miller's Flash in a disturbing dream. We see that Bruce Wayne is cautioned by Barry Allen, aka The Flash, regarding Superman and Lois Lane. A catastrophic future in which Darkseid invades Earth and Superman becomes evil is hinted at in this scenario. This scene may have seemed out of place at the time, but in Zack Snyder's Justice League cut, it has a deeper meaning. Let me explain further. If you watch the movie, it basically introduces us to The Flash. We learn that Barry Allen becomes a member of Batman's squad of metahumans assembled to save the world. That is not all, as we also learn that Barry has to eat a lot of food to keep his speedster powers going, and that he is determined to clear his father's name after he was convicted of killing Barry's mother. Snyder's version of Justice League expands upon Flash's abilities to travel back in time, and his meeting with Iris West, both of which are major plot points. I know this might be a little confusing for a lot of you right now, but let me explain further. Things will slowly start to make sense. Here I would like to mention something else that not a lot of you will know. Have you ever heard of the non-DCEU Arrowverse's thrilling crossover event, Crisis on Infinite Earth, featuring cameo appearances? Chances are, if you are not a hardcore DC fan, you wouldn't know. Well, basically, this crossover event suggests the evidence of several universes since it brings together the Flashes played by Ezra Miller and Grant Gustin. Did you get the picture now? It's speculated they are not just bringing different universes together, but different actors too, which have played the same role. A shout out to Spider-Man: No Way Home. The story does end there, folks. It seems like they also will join the storylines from the DC animated universe. Yeah, you heard that right, folks. The Flash has also been referenced in various DC movies, including Shazam: Fury of Gods. All these ties show that the Flash has deep roots in the canon of the DC animated universe. We have discussed almost all there is to know in regard to the recap of the DC universe before watching The Flash. But I haven't talked yet about one of the most anticipated returns in the history of superhero films. Yeah, you guessed right. I'm talking about Michael Keaton Batman's long-awaited comeback. If you are not familiar with the actor, let me give you a little recap. In Tim Burton's Batman from 1989, we see that Batman is still establishing himself in Gotham City and is relatively unknown to the public. We see him clash with Jack Nicholson's Joker, who is shown as the villain responsible for Bruce Wayne's parents' death. In Batman Returns, Keaton reprises his role as Batman, this time using his investigative talents to take on classic pose like the Penguin and Catwoman. He sure was a treat to watch back in the day, and even now many people consider him to be the best ever Batman. For years, people have been waiting for this moment, and finally it is here. Having him in this film has done wonders for the franchise. But the tale of Batman doesn't end there, folks. Keaton isn't the only fan favorite who will make a cameo in the movie. Ben Affleck, who starred as the superhero in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, will also be making an appearance. The fact that two separate Batmans cross paths and work together add future weight both to the multiverse theory and the excitement revolving around the film. Now that you know a lot about the recap behind the development of The Flash, let me explain to you how all the masterminds over at DC will manage the different storylines preceding the movie. Before I do so, have you ever heard of the term Flashpoint? It is a big part of the DC comics. Well, if you don't, it should be noted that the popular Flashpoint plot serves as inspiration for the Flash movie. I know you all must be wondering, what exactly happens in Flashpoint? Well, it starts when Barry Allen accidentally changes the past, resulting in a universe where his mother is still alive, and Superman does not exist. Yep, you heard that right. I mean, the possibility of this plot being adopted into the films was always highly anticipated. No wonder we are finally seeing it now. If I had to put it simply, this plot alters the entire DC canon as far-reaching effects, and it has a dramatic and exciting adventure that shows off Flash's awesome abilities and the dire results of messing with the past. It's simply amazing. I'm pretty sure you'll forget about Marvel after this movie. In the end, I would just like to say that The Flash is a thrilling addition to the DCEU. It incorporates ideas from other movies, presents the ideas of the multiverse, and reintroduces beloved characters like Michael Keaton's Batman. There is no limit to what could happen. Go watch it. I'm sure you will love it. It is perhaps one of the best DC movies ever made. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video from us. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like and leave a comment. And if you have any suggestions or requests, let us know in the comments. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.